Welcome to Darnley Cyber Cafe. Coffee break time. Got a minute? This is an unscripted, raw podcast about my views and perspectives on things that are going on in the world. Your go-to space for conversations about digital privacy, cybersecurity, and the ever-evolving tech world. So grab your favorite coffee, settle in. I'm your host, Darnley, and this episode is hot off the press. X. Elon Musk's Twitter taken down on Monday, March 10th, 2025. Let's talk about it. On Monday morning, March 10th, 2025, thousands of users, particularly in the US, found themselves unable to access X. The outage, lasting about 8 hours, was later confirmed by Elon Musk, who took his own platform to announce that X was under a massive cyber attack. He described it as being executed with significant resources, likely from a well-coordinated group or even state actors. According to Musk, the attack seemed to originate from IP addresses in the Ukraine region. However, beyond his statement, there has been no further evidence that has been publicly shared at this time of recording to verify this claim. While it's not unusual for X to experience temporary disruptions, the scale of this event and Musk's response suggest a targeted attack rather than a routine outage. So, why target Elon Musk? Now, understand that Musk has always been a polarizing figure, but his influence has grown significantly under President Donald Trump's second administration. His company, Tesla, has faced protests due to his increasing involvement in government decision-making, particularly in funding cuts and policy changes. Musk's leadership has also drawn criticism for his approach to layoffs and budget adjustments affecting various industries, including international aid program. Now, I spoke about this in more detail on my previous episode, number 91, about Trump's second term. Now, with this context in mind, X becoming the target of a major cyber attack could be more than just a random event. This attack raises two key questions here. One, was this really from Ukraine? Or two, was it a sophisticated attempt to disguise another country's involvement? Now, Ukraine is generally considered an ally of the West, receiving significant aid from both US and European nations. A cyber attack from Ukraine against X would be definitely surprising, given that they use the Elon Musk's Starlink system, which played a crucial role in supporting Ukrainian forces during their conflict with Russia. However, the relationships in global politics are rarely simple. If elements between Ukraine's cyber sphere were involved, it could be due to Musk's shifting stance on geopolitical issues, possibly frustrating some groups within the country. Now, another possibility is that, which is a good possibility, that there are rogue Ukrainian hackers, rather than the government itself, launched the attack in response to either Musk's business or political decisions. In cyber warfare, actors often work independently, but align with national interests, making attribution complex. So this is why anything that we do is never black and white. Now, could this be a false flag operation by Russia? Now, understand Russia has a long history of using cyber tactics to create political confusion and to shift blame. It's entirely plausible that Russian cyber operatives used Ukrainian IP addresses to make it appear as though the attack originated from there. This would align with known strategies of obscuration and deception in modern cyber conflicts. If Russia wanted to discredit Ukraine or cause internal discord, planting evidence pointing towards Ukrainian hackers would be a good strategic move. Now, that's nothing I haven't seen before, to be honest with you. So what does this mean for cybersecurity? This incident highlights the ever-growing threat of state-sponsored cyber warfare, whether it was Ukraine, Russia, or another entity entirely, but the attack on X serves as a reminder that no platform is immune to disruption. Business, governments, individuals must remain vigilant while protecting their digital assets. Nothing I haven't said before on this podcast. But for Musk and X, this event could mean increased investments in cybersecurity measures and transparency regarding future attacks. For users, it's a wake-up call to be aware of the vulnerabilities of online platforms that we rely on daily. So the cyber attack on X leaves us all with more questions than answers. Was this genuine attack from Ukraine, a Russian false flag, or another group altogether? As always in cybersecurity, attribution is difficult, and without further evidence, we all have the theories that we can throw against the wall. But one thing is for certain, cyber threats are only getting more sophisticated, and the digital battlefield is constantly shifting. In terms of the news cycle, I always advise everyone to take whatever's put out there with a grain of salt. There's a lot of misinformation and disinformation out there, a lot of various accusations for different countries, and all this confusion is just meant to sow doubt, to sow division, and to sow hate against all of us. The best thing I would suggest we do is take it for what it is. Not always think about we need to be angry at Ukraine now, or Russia, or someone else. Is that in cyberspace, this literally could come from anywhere. It could even came from the United States. We don't know this. There's a lot of resentment brewing with the X platform. There's a lot of division about X platforms. And in all honesty, there's not much more we can do about it, but it is what it is. In terms of what's already out there, what's accessible, and whatever your political stripe, whatever your feelings, whatever your thoughts about it, on the cyber lens, this is something we all need to take into consideration when it comes to relying on platforms. No matter who owns it, where it's hosted, or whatever, is that we have this reliability on these digital platforms, and we must understand that this shift in this battlefield is going to happen regardless of what's happening in our country of origin. That's it for today's episode of Darnley Cyber Cafe. If you enjoyed this discussion, make sure to subscribe and follow us for more deep dives into cybersecurity, privacy, and tech news. Stay safe online, and remember, knowledge is power.